So today, guys, we're playing with another build. Like I said, this channel will be focused on showcasing builds, live gameplay, so that way you guys can see how the build performs in real time and how I actually play with it. A lot of these builds have been min-maxed, and you've probably seen them in the past. But yeah, they are definitely way better than what they used to be because we min-maxed them, and what that means is we're hitting a lot harder. So we're about to get this show going. We're gonna hit this control point, the vault. Let's get this ready.
Reinforcements incoming. Hostiles guarding location nearby.
I got it marked up there. So if you guys are used to running like more tanky builds, this build is not that type of build at all. So we're definitely be playing it a lot different.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
But what it does is it clears out lots of enemies at once. And that's a specialty, right?
Reinforcements in place.
Dropping lots of enemies quick, so that way you can,
Location guarded by hostiles.
because as we're killing one enemy, we're killing three at the same time. And that's what's really special about this. I'll make sure there's nobody there. Nice. What you got for me? Nothing I need. And then we got one guy at the top. There we go. Easy work, baby. Easy work. That's what I'm talking about. So with the specialty with this build is dropping 3 enemies at once. You guys might know just by that and by the symbol why I'm able to do that. And that's why this build is actually key. We'll actually break this down for you guys so you guys can see how this build runs. So I got 3 enemies. Just look at that. You see this? Marking them. Those crits carrying over to each enemy. Just makes it easier to clear out lots of enemies at once without having to really use a shield. Like my shield is my backup.
Hostiles guarding location
Trying to get the
nearby.
other guy in the back. Maybe I already killed him.
Heavily
Where you at?
armored hostile detected.
There's got to be one. Oh, there it goes. There's one right there. Just want to mark the healer. Then I could just really focus on everybody else. Got him back there. Now work on this guy. As I'm doing that, you can just see his armor going away, right? Now I'm just gonna ping both. All I have to do is mark them once.
Location guarded by hostiles.
And if I can just hit my shot. Oh, he's got to be almost dead. Yep. Easy as that, guys. Easy as that. You guys saw I was getting full crits on all of the enemies, right? So each crit was 100% on all 3 enemies, and that's because of the backpack talent. And I'll show you guys how we built this. I feel like this is the strongest way to really build this build. If you guys have been looking at creating one yourself, well, this might be the way to do it for you guys. I might keep that, get rid of that, and that's it right there. So the rolls are actually pretty good that we got. We got some decently rolled items, nothing too crazy, but we're gonna head up here to the vault and let's break down the build. So the way I have this build set up, guys, I am running the gunner class. I always feel with PvE builds, this is probably the easier way to run the build because you get that 10% armor on kill, you get the 3rd reload 50% faster, just a lot of benefits for running this. If you get a kill, you get 5% rate of fire, and with the build like this, it actually works really good. Now, I am running the FAL. This has 136,000 damage on this build. 650 is the RPM with the 40 round mag. We have assault rifle, health damage, and damage to targets out of cover. Now, we do have in sync on here. So what that's going to do is going to allow us to gain 30% weapon damage and 30% skill damage as long as we have it hitting simultaneously. What's cool about this, if you look at our chest piece talent, we are running Spark. So we're gaining a benefit from our skill and we're getting some damage out of it. So what Spark's gonna do is damaging enemies with a skill, increases total weapon damage by 15% for 15 seconds, which is actually really good. All we have to do is hit him once with that striker drone and it works. We do have a Fenris chest piece with 10% assault rifle. We have weapon damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and a critical hit damage mod. Now, you might have wondered what we are running. We are running a Negotiator's Dilemma 4-piece. We have the 15% crit chance, the 20% crit damage. That's just from the 2-piece and 3-piece. And then the 4-piece, where it shines, critical hits mark enemies for 20 seconds, up to 3 marks. When you critically hit a marked enemy, all marked enemies take 60% of that damage dealt. But we are going to increase that to 100%. You'll see in a second. Whenever a marked enemy dies, you gain 2% critical hit damage, stacking up to 20 times. And that's what I like right there. Now, we have 15% weapon damage here and 12% critical hit damage, right? That's on the holster. On the knee pads, another piece of Negotiators for our 2-piece, we have weapon damage and critical hit damage. For the gloves, we have weapon damage, critical hit damage. So we have Negotiators, holster, knee pads, gloves, and then the backpack. And you'll see right here, why do we have the backpack? Well, look what it says. Critical measures increase hostile Negotiators damage to additional marked enemies from 60% to 100%. So we're getting 100%, and that's why we're able to drop them so much quicker. I feel like the backpack talent on Negotiators is probably one of the best talents to put on a green set. I just like it. I like it a lot. And we have weapon damage, critical hit chance on this one, and then critical hit damage mod. We decided to go with critical hit chance on this one because we want to get that 50% critical hit. So we did decide to go with critical hit chance on here because we do want to get 60% critical hit chance on this build. So that way we're constantly hitting those critical hits and they're getting 100% damage on 3 enemies just by hitting 1. And that's what I like about this. Now for the mask, to make sure that we always hit critical hit chance, look at this. We have 15% weapon damage, we have 6% critical hit chance, we have critical hit damage on here, and then we have a critical hit damage mod. Now we have the Coyote's exotic mask, and what this does is from 0 to 15 we get that 25% critical hit damage. From 15 to 25 meters, which we'll probably mostly be in, we'll get 10% critical hit chance and 10% critical hit damage, and then 25 meters plus we'll get 25% critical hit chance. So anything 25 meters plus really makes this build hit a lot weaker than what we should be, but anything between 15 to 25 meters we're still getting a benefit, and anything 15 meters under is where we really will shine. So you can actually swap this out with maybe a Grupo Sombra mask if you really want to, and you'll probably be just fine and not have to run this. Now if you're running this in a group, yeah, this is the mask because this is going to benefit everybody in your group. If we take a look at the stats, you'll see we're running 58% critical hit chance on here, right? And then we have 158% critical hit damage. Now, what does the Negotiators do? It stacks up to an additional 40% critical hit damage on the build. So when we pair that up with our critical hit damage, we're sitting at about 198% critical hit damage. That's not including the Coyote mask that if anything within 15 meters, another 25% critical damage, or 15 to 25 meters, that 10% critical hit damage. So a lot of critical hit damage on this build, a lot of critical hit chance. We're almost max, we're 2% off, right? And then we have 75% headshot damage. We have 10% damage to targets out of cover. Plus we have in sync rolled on here. And then we have 21% health damage. So definitely a really good build. I actually enjoy this one a lot. It's a solid build to use. For the skills, guys, we are running the Striker Drone and then the Crusader Shield as our backup. Ideally, you don't even need to have the Crusader Shield, but if you want to fight those enemies a little bit closer, push up a little bit, then I recommend it. It just protects you. If you're going to fight at distance, which you guys saw near the end of the thing, that's how you guys would run it. But yeah, this is the build right here, guys. If you guys have any questions on how to run it, I prefer it this way with Sparked. It's an easy way to get that proc going, getting those critical hit stacks. Once you have that additional 40% critical hit damage from the negotiators, from having that buff, oh man, this thing just shreds. And you guys just saw it. It was hitting and it was melting enemies like it was nothing. So yeah, one of my favorite builds right here, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this channel. Remember, if you guys are new here, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and if you guys want to catch me live, twitch.tv/NothingButSkillz. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, NothingButSkillz is out.